First at 5:30, the Rhode Island Attorney General's office has filed a complaint against someone they say used deceptive practices as a contractor. Thanks for joining us. I'm Shannon Heggie. AG Peter Nerona claims the contractor ripped off a number of people. Target 12 consumer investigator Sarah Grinelli is in studio with the details. Sarah?
Shannon, the civil complaint was filed in Superior Court last week. It alleges the contractor engaged in deceptive business practices by targeting those who are vulnerable, like the elderly or people whose homes were damaged in a fire. The Attorney General's office has filed a formal consumer protection complaint against contractor Michael Bresette, alleging his company, BTTR LLC and HAM Inc. engaged in patterns of unfair and deceptive practices for years. According to the complaint, Bresette and his company would prey on customers, often the elderly, by finding someone who recently had a disaster in their home, such as a flooded sink or broken appliance, which caused significant water damage, then would allegedly pressure the consumer to sign documents for work on their home. According to court documents, the contractor would prepare inaccurate and inflated invoices for consumers and their insurance carriers, often for work they never performed. Attorney General Peter Nerona claims Bresette would demand payment and then threaten legal action.
If a homeowner withheld payment, we allege that he would put a lien on their home. You can't do that. If you violate a court order now, it's not an administrative order issued by a state agency. It's now a court order issued by a judge. Now you can be held in contempt.
Records show issues with Bresette have been ongoing. In 2020, the Department of Business Regulations received 9 complaints against him and suspended his contractor registration certification. However, the AG's office alleges he continued to solicit work even after his certification was suspended.
He had simply blown them off.
Nerona says filing a complaint in court puts more pressure on people like Bresette instead of standing in an administrative hearing.
We want to make sure that this individual, Mr. Bresette and his companies, again, as we allege, doesn't have the opportunity to rip off more Rhode Island consumers.
So Bresette has been court ordered to not engage with new clients or former clients. His accounts have been frozen. So we reached out to his lawyer for a comment, but we haven't heard back. We also found out in March, Bresette filed a suit against DBR for suspending his certification.
Sarah, I've got to imagine how frustrating it is as, one of the people who is alleged to have been victimized by him. It's fairly new that the Attorney General can step in and help these consumers now, right?
Right. We're expecting to see more of these cases come along. That's because last year the Deceptive Trade Practice Act was signed by the governor, which allows the AG to actually go after these people in court. But before that, it was left up to these administrative agencies like DBR in this case to follow up.
So hopefully they get some resolution now that they can step in. All right, Sarah, thank you.